I know. You're probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked, and I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
It's always lit over at ajsrantroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to ajsrantroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
All right, welcome in. Welcome in today's Politics Fix. We're breaking down how Donald Trump is out here stacking wins left and right. From the courts to the economy, the man is moving like a political heavyweight and haters can't keep up. And we'll dive into our uncomfortable conversation. And this is going to be, this one is really going to sting. We're asking, who are the real sellouts in the Black community? Is it the ones telling you the truth or the ones defending the dysfunction? For our Turntable Rewind, we're going to take it back. Rewind back to the time, the year is 2007, an iconic year in music that had everybody vibing. We've also got an awesome throwback pick that's too cute. Who wrote that? not to share. And you already know the Leave Me Alone segment is going to have you cracking up. And of course, we have an amazing inspiration point that will keep you grounded and lifted. All that and more coming up on the RANT Experience.
Thank you for tuning into the RANT Experience. This episode is brought to you by our official merch store, ajsrantroom.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you get new uploads and live streams hot off the presses. We drop a new episode of the RANT Experience every Monday, and now it's time for a Politics Fix.
All right, so here we are, 5 months deep into President Donald J. Trump's second historic term. And let's be clear, this ain't just a comeback. This is a correction, ladies and gentlemen, a reset, a moment where the system had no choice but to start respecting the Constitution again. You know, when they say that he's over disregarding the Constitution, he's disrespecting the Constitution, he's disregarding the Constitution, he's going to be a dictator, he's a fascist, no kings, all of this stuff. Literally look at the people yelling it and then tell me who the actual fascists are. Tell me who the actual anti-Constitution people are. New York is literally on the verge of electing its first Democrat socialist mayor. Yeah, we're in some crazy times, folks. We have we no longer have these small ball district judges power snatching. The Supreme Court said no more rogue resistance from liberal lawyers trying to stall everything this president does. Nationwide injunctions, gone. The ruling came down 6-3, a bold declaration that the president of the United States cannot be held hostage by random judges in, say, Maryland or wherever. For years, Democrats used lawfare to obstruct Trump's every move, frivolous lawsuits, activist courts, legal gymnastics, but with their power grip broken, the last line of their defense just got exposed. We see you, and we're going to call it out, people. No more phony resistance in black robes. Now, President Trump's policies get their fair shot, and they go straight to the Supreme Court. Birthright citizenship on the docket this October. And let's not get it twisted. That clause was written for the children of slaves, enslaved Americans. It was not for you to roll up in here from Beijing, 9 months pregnant, to drop a baby and then claim rights to this land. Sanctuary cities under review. Child sex change surgeries for minors, which should be classified as child abuse, finally facing some constitutional scrutiny. These aren't just hot topics. They're issues that demand clarity, justice, and due process. Oh, don't y'all love that word, due process? Oh no, you only like that word, due process, when Jose is involved, or some illegal immigrant who never belonged here, who should have never been here to begin with. You only like due process when you want to yell and scream about a due process that doesn't look the same as the due process I and you are afforded. And in the midst of all of this, the economy is telling its own story. The stock market just hit an all-time high. Gas prices, lowest they've been in 4 years. Top economists who mock Trump's tariffs are now eating crow. You know it's bad when CNN says, hey, I think we made a mistake here, boys. This is actually working. What the hell? They said it wouldn't work. Now they're saying he was right all along. But we knew this the whole time. We told y'all to give it time. We told y'all to give it a moment. We told y'all to let it marinate. But y'all didn't want to do that. And just like that, America is winning again. People wanted it to be this sexy process, and it's still a lot to do, but people wanted it to be this sexy, perfect process where nothing was going to agitate you or there were going to be no setbacks. That's how you get things done. You have setbacks. You have moments where it looks crazy. It has moments where you want to scream and yell and curse and do all the crazy stuff, but that's part of the process. And what about the foreign policy? Let's talk legacy. Trump just brokered another peace deal, this time in Africa, ending a bloody 30-year conflict between Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. 6 million lives lost, and now we have a real chance at peace and prosperity with mineral rights secured that'll benefit both sides. First of all, I had no idea, and I'm pretty sure many of you had no idea, that there was a 30-year war between these two countries. And the fact that President Trump was the one who picked up the phone and said, let's put an end to this. Let's make this work. Let's start working together. And then you had the reporter who said Biden wouldn't even pick the phone up. The administration wouldn't even pick the phone up, wouldn't even entertain the idea, as their people are being slaughtered. This is ridiculous. Meanwhile, Iran and Israel, however these two countries want to fight, they were on the brink of a really serious war, and now they've somewhat shaken hands because of what? American strength and negotiation. That's leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Because even I wasn't all in on us striking Iran, but I understood why we had to do it. So we can put this behind us, so we can move forward and stop giving attention to the stuff that has nothing to do with America first. And last week, President Trump stood in the White House briefing room for over an hour. Now, let that sink in, because the former president, Joe Biden, Didn't do that over the course of his term. All the times he was in the press briefing room didn't even add up to the time Trump spent in there one day. But y'all want to have this fight with me about how great Biden was, how great Democrats are. Democrats are for the working man. Meanwhile, they abandoned the working man decades ago. It's never been about the working man. It's been about power, especially in this last few cycles. It's not about bridging the gap between rich and poor. It's about creating a bigger gap, because the more radical you get, the more progressive you get, the more expensive it gets. And guess who ain't paying for it? The 1%, the rich people, the people making over $5 million. They ain't paying for it. They ain't paying for it. They have they have lawyers and accountants and people who could figure out how to get around all of that legal stuff. And so who's stuck with the bill? Yeah, you're broke ass in the middle. That's who's stuck in the that's who's stuck with it. So now your income has been decimated. So now you have to work an extra job or pick up more shifts just to make ends meet. Why? Because there's some bum below you who doesn't want to get off their ass and do the work. And then we're complaining in the sidebar. This isn't part of the monologue. They are complaining about the provisions for Medicare, Medicare, and in the one big beautiful bill. The reason why they're doing that is because what the states do is they overbill the federal government. So they overbill the federal government for stuff, and then they say, "Hey, we need X amount of dollars." The federal government sends a check. The problem with that is that extra money, they're using it for illegals. They're using it to fund their sanctuary cities. That has to stop. That has to stop immediately. So sitting here complaining about Medicare, Medicaid, yeah, that's why they're doing it. Donald Trump's not doing it to harm the American people. He's doing it to protect the American people. But y'all refuse to see that because it's Trump. And I whatever. I don't get it. I'm not even going to say I get it. I'll be lying. And while the left screams about inclusion, Trump quietly hosted the annual Pride event at Trump Tower for log cabin Republicans. For those who don't know what the log cabin Republicans are, they are the faction of the Republican Party that's part of the community, the LGBT community. But there wasn't no fanfare. There was no hashtags. There was no virtue signaling. There was no, oh my God, look at me. You make me feel. It was none of that. Just results. Just get it done. You know, celebrate the Americans. We don't have to agree with their lifestyles. Whatever you want to do, it is what it is. You know, I ain't got the answer for what you do when you get to the when I get to the pearly gates. But let me leave you with this. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett said, quote, Justice Jackson decries an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary. In other words, the people crying dictator were fine with tyranny as long as the judge wore a robe and hated Trump. Yeah, we can overlook all this stuff. As long as you're not working with Trump, yeah, we can overlook all this other stuff. That's not how it works, ma'am, sir, ma'am. And the left was so upset with Justice Barrett's response. They're like, the gloves are off. We're gonna get her. Oh, shut up. You're not gonna get anything. She's a DEI hire in all the worst way. And like I said with Ketanji Brown Jackson, I don't dislike her. I just don't like how she was brought to the American people. I always say, if you want to know who the real racists are, if that's your mission, all you got to do is make a choice. You make the choice and you allow the racist and the bigots and the jackasses to expose themselves. They will gladly do it. They'll expose themselves. You don't got to say, I want a black female Supreme Court justice. You don't have to announce that, Joe Biden. All you have to do is put up who you want. That's it. Put up who you want and let the bigots expose themselves. That's it. But no, we got to know about her gender and her race before we know about anything else. Yeah. And that's why some loathe Ketanji Brown Jackson, because of how you brought it here. What did Bill Cosby say? This is how you brought it here, on a garbage can lid. And on this final day of Pride Month, on the brink of signing what may be the most impactful economic bill in American history, the one big, beautiful bill, we need to recognize something. You're never going to get perfect out of the deal. So stop looking for it. It's never going to be this perfect little package, this perfect nirvana where you're skipping flatties and frolicking and nobody's arguing. It's never going to happen. We're different people, built different personalities, different approaches to life, different religions, different races, different sexualities, different everything. So there's always going to be a conflict of some sort. It's not about the conflict, it's about what you do with the conflict. Do you handle it responsibly, or do you handle it like a jackass? That's the difference. We got a fighter in there now, boy. Woo, don't it feel good to have a president who's a fighter, a builder, a president who ain't scared to stand alone if it means standing for the American people. Trump ain't playing politics. Well, unlike some of your favorite Democrats, like Jasmine Crockett out here pouting because she didn't get that committee chair position, and now she's talking about she's going to redirect her focus to Texas, and she's not going to burn herself out as much. I could have told you weren't going to get that position. They don't want radicals in leadership positions. Also, the Republican and Democrat parties tend to be very orderly with how they appoint people. People wait years to be appointed to certain positions in the House and the Senate if they don't get voted out, which most of the time the legacy people have some sort of way to finagle their way in every election cycle, but we're going to leave that alone. History will remember Trump not as a perfect man, but as the president who did what had to be done. And most importantly, he did it constitutionally. Donald Jaquavius Trump will go down as one of the greatest presidents of all time. Go fight your mama. Because I know how y'all trying to write the history books now, but based on how y'all write in the history books now, this is why I question everything I was taught before. What did you leave out? What did you remix? What did you make more victimhood class than it needed to be? There's a gentleman named Chad O. Jackson. I don't know if y'all follow him on Instagram or Twitter, but I recommend you do. He's producing a documentary on Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement. And it's a real eye-opener. It's actually a sort of like a sequel to Uncle Tom 2. So he didn't produce Uncle Tom 1, but he produced Uncle Tom 2. And then that led him down the rabbit hole of the actual civil rights movement and Martin Luther King and all of that stuff. And what was real and what was fabricated to get the American people, particularly American blacks, to buy in. So Chad O. Jackson, recommended, highly recommended. And I wish I could have came on air tonight and announced that the one big beautiful bill passed, but unfortunately it's going through all of this stuff right now and it hasn't been voted on, at least at this moment. I haven't seen anything, but hopefully we get something tonight or tomorrow so that Donald Trump can sign this into law on July 4th. They put on all these stupid provisions. Fine, whatever. Give Lola what she wants so we can get this passed. But anyway, what happened on this day in American history?
So what happened on this day in American history? In 1905, Albert Einstein published his paper on special relativity, fundamentally changing physics. In 1966, the National Organization for Women, NOW, was founded in the United States, becoming a key force in the fight for women's rights. And in 1974, Soviet ballet dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov defected to Canada while on tour, later joining the American Ballet Theatre and becoming an icon of the dance world in the West. Now, are we ready to have an uncomfortable conversation?
Rant summer is here. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to ajsrantroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed.
So, who are the real bootlickers? You know, y'all have seen it time and time again. I'm sitting there hosting a live stream, minding my business, and someone just feels the need to make every generalization about who I am and what I stand for. Your Uncle Tom, Coon, Sambo, tap dancing for the white man. So let's have an uncomfortable conversation because every time a black conservative speaks up, here come the same tired labels. You're a sellout. You're a coon. You're Uncle Tom. But let's pause for a second and ask the real question here. Who's the actual sellout? Is it the black man who calls out the fraud or the one who defends the fantasy? Because let's be real, black conservatives ain't anti-black. We just anti-BS. We challenge flawed stats about police brutality. We question movements like Black Lives Matter, who ran off with $90 million and gave the community absolutely nothing in return but hashtags, that ugly ass mural in Washington, D.C., and Hollywood real estate. Oh, then Hollywood real estate wasn't for the people. It was for the 3 fat black lesbians who started the organization. Yeah, that's who enjoying the fruits of y'all donations. We speak out when folks cry fascism over illegal deportations, tariffs that help American jobs, or Trump creating an actual digital economy with Doge. That ain't selling out. Pointing that out is waking you the hell up to the fact the U.S. government is lying to you. They need a permanent victim class to prey upon every 2 and 4 years. They don't care about you. They care about your vote. While some folks still stuck in the trauma time loop, always talking about slavery, Jim Crow, oppression, like it's 1865, while we're over here telling the truth. What we're calling out is what's not working. The welfare state, fatherless homes, the glorification of gang culture, the violence, the robberies, the victim mindset. Tell me how a black conservative is more dangerous than that. How is a man telling you to build, to invest, to abstain, to lead is more dangerous than the ones who say, quote, just wait on the government check? Go protest Target. Blame the system instead of getting up and working the system. Remember what I said in the first monologue about perfection, wanting nirvana? It's never going to happen. You're still going to have to dog it and work for it. You see how that works? And then when you dog it and work for it, people respect you more, as opposed to someone handing it to you just because of the color of your skin. Yeah, you never want that because you don't get respected by your peers. So who's really betraying black progress? Is it the black man who builds his own table when he wasn't invited to theirs? Who put in the work, made sacrifices, and never begged for a handout? Or is it the dude making excuses, blaming white supremacy for why he ain't got what he wants? Screaming racism while protecting criminals and covering for toxic behaviors in our communities. Let's go a little deeper here. Is the real sellout the man promoting abstinence and self-control, or the one out here fathering 5 kids by 5 different women and calling that freedom? It's a trap. It's a trap not only possibly get you caught up in the healthcare system for the rest of your life, it's a trap to get you caught up in the legal system. Yeah. Get you caught up in those child support payments, and God forbid you can't pay them. Oh, yeah. Choices. A wise man once said, be conscious of the choices your dick makes versus the choices your mind makes. Is it the man who says your skin is beautiful but not a crutch? Or is it the man who treats melanin like a permanent obstacle, begging for special treatment from some white liberals, the same white liberals they claim to hate? So let's talk about bootlicking, because this is always my favorite part when they be like, oh, you bootlicking, because clearly you don't know AJ. AJ will tell anybody of any hue to get the hell out of his face at any given moment if you annoy the hell out of me. Ain't got nothing to do with your color and everything to do with the fact that you're irritating me right now. The black man out here building businesses, managing families, investing, teaching his sons to stand tall? Or is the bootlicker the one boycotting Walmart because the DEI program got canceled, even though that program never benefited him in any damn way? Black folks have been loyal to the Democrat Party for over 60 years, and what have you got in return? You got broken cities, failing schools, high crime, empty promises, redlining, food deserts, and I could go on. Meanwhile, folks like Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump made whole careers out of keeping black folks wounded, mentally wounded. They don't want healing. Healing is bad for business. They got to keep you in perpetual fits of trauma and drama and historical hurts. They profit off your pain, and they use your emotions to stay paid, bro. When y'all gonna wake up to that? So who's the real sellout here? Black conservatives ain't out here shucking and jiving. We're the ones telling you to wake the hell up, to rise up, to stop waiting for someone to save you and realize you are your own rescue plan. Yeah. I know that sounds cheesy, but that's the reality of it. You are in charge of managing your life. You can't look to someone else to be more ambitious for you, to be more inspired for you, to wake you up every day to go get what you want. No one's going to care more about your vision than you, period. Full stop. No matter what color you are. So what makes you think because you're black and you are descendant of slaves that you're supposed to get an extra pillow? No, that's not how that works. So the next time you throw around the word sellout at a black conservative, I would ask you to run this question by yourself. What exactly are you sold on? Because it damn sure ain't freedom, facts, or the future. That's real talk. It's so annoying to hear stupid words like whitewashed and you want to be white. As I've said a million times, there isn't a dollar amount you could pay me to be white. Period. Full stop. If I wanted to be white, trust me, it's accessible. But what I find so funny is that y'all have so many entertainers that y'all look up to who emulate white people. If it's not the hair, it's bleaching their skin. If it's not bleaching their skin, it's makeup tricks to make themselves look lighter. If it's not the makeup tricks, it's getting Eurocentric nose jobs. Now, there are some black people who have gotten corrective surgery on their noses to make their noses more symmetrical, but it's still a black nose. A prime example of that is Patti LaBelle. The most perfect nose job ever in life is Patti LaBelle. She said, I want a nose job to proportion my nose, but I still want a cute black girl nose. Meaning, don't come in here giving me like, yeah, I don't want all that. Hook a sister up. There was another person I was thinking of, but I can't remember their name off the top of my head right now. So, yeah. The real sellouts are the ones begging the government for the scraps. Y'all out here protesting and destroying black business owners like Tabitha Brown and black people who sell cosmetics in Target because they removed DEI programs that barely benefited you. Y'all are the loudest ones. And then you're mad at Charlie Kirk when he clowns you. You gave Charlie Kirk the ammunition to clown you. That's what happened. You didn't see white women out there screaming at the top of their lungs about you taking away our DEI. Don't care. Figure it out. You don't need special treatment to get in the door. You need a ferocious work ethic. That's what you need. You need to be assertive. It's okay to be assertive in corporate America. It worked very well for me. Asking questions. Building the relationships, not with the bums who are just there because it's a job. That's not the people you build a relationship with because y'all just happen to might be the same color or have the same vernacular. Who cares? If it's really about growth and development, you got to build relationships. You got to show up to parties that make you uncomfortable. You got to get in rooms where you feel very awkward. Like, damn, these people got money. These people got status. Oh, all right, cool. And then you get you but in order to become accustomed to it, you have to be in there, right? So y'all sitting up here talking about oppression and all of this stuff. Meanwhile, I'm sure at your jobs, if you have a corporate job especially, there are opportunities. You just don't take advantage of them. I'm absolutely certain there are opportunities for you to move up the ladder. There are opportunities for you to take workshops. There's opportunities for you to have meetings with management. Yeah, to ask some real questions. But y'all don't take advantage of that stuff. Y'all literally sit there and twiddle your thumbs and ask no questions and don't engage. And so you look disengaged, and then they don't treat you the way they're treating the people who do engage. Yeah. I was never afraid to ask the president of New York Roadrunners a question. Never afraid. I was never afraid. I just told my business. That's cool. Where are we? This is our Turntable Rewind. Woo! The year is 2007, and these are the top 10 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. Rolling through at number 10 is Lip Gloss by Lil Mama. I didn't know this song was a top 10 hit. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. What you know about me? What you know about me? What you know about me? It was a good song, especially in New York, Anyway, rolling through at number 9 is Rehab by Amy Winehouse, another great classic song. Rest in peace to the great Amy Winehouse. Rolling through at number 8 is Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergalicious. Not one of my favorite songs, but it's cool. Punching through into number 7 is a Baby. Hey, baby. Is that song? Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Is that song, Prince? Oh, okay. I just read it. Literally, it came to me. Anyway, where are we on the list? Right. Punching through at number 6 is Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood. We don't know that one, but we like Carrie Underwood. She sang the national anthem beautifully at the inauguration. Rolling through at number 5 is Pop, Lock, and Drop It by Huey. Wow, that was a top 5 song? Pop, Lock, and Drop It was that big? Wow. All right. All right, cool. Coming in at number 4 is Home by Daughtry. That was my joint. This is my bigger joint was Summer Love rolling in at number 3 by Justin Timberlake, aka the Titty Ripper. We love Justin Timberlake. It's just a joke. Calm down. Coming through at number 2 is Party Like a Rock Star. Party Like a Rock. Why were these songs hits? I thought this was an exciting list. They were party songs. I get it. I guess people wanted to party in 2007. Is that what was going on in these streets? Because the Shot Boys. Okay, but okay. Now we have a legitimate number 1 song. The song that put Riri in another stratosphere. Umbrella, Allah, Allah, eh. Featuring Jay-Z. That literally changed the game for Rihanna. It literally put her apart from the pack. She was with like the A. Marie's and the what was the other chick name? She's on Love and Hip Hop. They were both signed to the Jay-Z label, and Jay-Z picked Rihanna. What was her name? Tierra Marie. I got it. Tierra Marie. She was in that class, and then this song just took it to another level. And then she started experimenting with her music and her sound, and she became one of the greatest pop icons. And the thing I love about Rihanna is she walked away at the height of everything. She said, I don't want to do no more of this. Beautiful. And the number one album in America was Big Dog Daddy by the late great Toby Keith. Rest in peace to Toby Keith. It debuted atop the album chart, selling approximately 204,000 copies. Oh, I didn't practice this, so this is going to be very fun. The number one movie in America on the weekend of June 30th was the animated hit. How the hell do I say that?
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Why did you say rat? What in the French? I still don't see Ratatouille. I still don't see it. From Walt Disney Pixar.
You know, like andouille sausage, ratatouille. Andouille, ratatouille.
I'm still not feeling it. Ratatouille earned $16.98 million on Saturday alone. That's the highest single grossing day that weekend, and amassed approximately $47 million over that full weekend stretch. Good for the Ratatouille people. And so now I want to... I forgot to look that up before the show. I was like, look that up. Make sure you go look that up. And I didn't go look it up. But anyway, so Revolt magazine. Is it a magazine? Okay. Released a list of the top 15 live performers who mastered the stage. And I'm supposed to share the screen, and I didn't do it. There we go. So there we go. Boo bit what you got. Let's do it like that. Yeah, baby. So let's go all the way down to the bottom so we can just do 15-1, and then we'll talk about this stuff. So coming in at number 15 is Doja Cat. Coming in at number 15 is Doja Cat. I've seen her perform before. Top 15. Oh, let's see who was omitted. Because if you omitted like one of the legends for this, I'm gonna be really annoyed. Yeah. Coming in at number 14 is Tyler the Creator. I've seen him perform too. It's cool. Yeah, I mean, he's a great showman. He puts on a great show. You know, the songs match the vibe, match the mood, match the excitement, match the anticipation. I get it. All right, cool, whatever. Coming in at number 13, this is just disrespectful. This is so disrespectful. Tina Turner. Tina was fire and freedom on stage with unmatched stamina, heels that defied logic, and a voice that roared across stadiums. She commanded every inch of the spotlight. Her shows were explosive, especially when she broke out classics like Proud Mary and What's Love Got to Do with It. She didn't just dance, she tore across the stage with unshakable force, even in her later years. And she should not be number 13. She should at least be top 5. But coming in at number 12 is Kanye West. Now, we know I don't dispute this. Kanye shows feel more like performance art installations. Exactly. I wouldn't say I'm a former performance artist. I'm still a performance artist. I'll do some weird stuff probably next year. That's the weird stuff. The weird when you see the weird art, that's performance art. Like that stuff where you're like, what the hell? Why is she sitting there not eating for 3 days? Or she's not eating for a month, because she's trying to stop world hunger, stuff like that. That's performance art. Anyway, the floating stage of the St. Pablo tour, the Distonian setup for Yeezus, and the immersive lighting of Glow in the Dark all redefine hip hop performances. He uses architecture, structure, and fashion to transform every live run into a multi-sensory experience. Coming in at number 11, the late great DMX. I agree. Woodstock, I will never forget that performance. I was like, yo, he literally murked this. And Jay-Z even talked about going on after him when it was like several acts on that tour, but he was like, I had to follow I had to follow DMX. That's terrible because DMX takes you through every emotion in his performance. DMX is unleashed when he touched the stage. Where am I getting these extra consonants from? Doesn't matter if he's headlining Woodstock or leading prayer circles mid-set. His performances were visceral, raw, and unforgettable. He growled, barked, sobbed, and screamed with a conviction that pulled you into his pain and power. There were no gimmicks, just charisma and crowd control that turned thousands into a unified force. Watching him live felt like witnessing a revival and a rebellion. Yo, that is the best description of a DMX concert that I've ever heard in my life, because literally this man was one of the best to ever do it. Rest in peace, DMX. Coming in at number 10 is Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick transforms his sets into visual albums. On the Big Steppers tour, he appeared alongside a ventriloquist dummy version of himself, surrounded by interpretive dancers and abstract staging. Every tour since Good Kid, Mad City has layered meaning on top of meaning, making his live shows feel like theater, protest, and poetry all at once. I'll give you that. He is good at what he does. Number 9, Prince. This is disrespectful. Prince is easy top 3, but we'll see who's coming up. Prince didn't need dancers or gimmicks. Just a guitar, a mic, and maybe a provocative outfit. Yeah, Prince loved a provocative outfit. One of the best to ever do it. He could wear your woman's clothes and sleep with her. He could flip from rock to funk to jazz in one breath, then perform an encore on a piano. His Super Bowl performance in Bad Weather, no less, made Purple Rain a literal prophecy. Yo, we got to witness Purple Rain in the rain, y'all. I don't know if you processed that yet, but to watch him perform Purple Rain in the rain. And then when the producer said, yo, Prince is going to come down pretty hard, he said, can you make it rain harder? That's Prince. That's something Prince would say. A master of both raw musicianship and sex appeal, Prince's concerts were unpredictable in the best way. Yep, he would literally jam out for hours. Like there was no 2 shows that were the same. Like there was nothing that was the same about 2 shows. Rolling in at number 8, Missy Elliott. Yes, I appreciate this. And I'm glad she's getting her flowers finally, because she is literally one of those people that took the music video age to the next level, especially for hip hop. But the in terms of special effects, period, she is definitely one of the people in that. And this is why this woman is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She doesn't just bring energy, she brings a cartoonist, futuristic visual playground. It's literally like, what are y'all doing in those meetings when y'all come up with these visuals? Like it's ridiculous and it's fun, and it's just that's what an artist is supposed to do. But apparently when I say that, I get blocked on X. Number 7 is Usher. Number 7 is Usher. I guess Usher should have been number 13. I said it. Prince, you gonna tell me that Tina Turner is a lesser artist on the stage than Usher?
I will not tell you that. Matter of fact, this list was trash the moment Tina Turner came in that low. I'm just gonna be honest. Any list with Doja Cat on there, this just further lets me know that music is not music anymore,
Facts.
and all people want to do is get a viral moment. Those are Doja Cat's fans.
I didn't get the Doja Cat thing. I still didn't get it. I mean, I've seen her performance. It's good, but I wouldn't put her in a top 15 list. A true showman, Usher delivers charisma, vocals, roller skates. The one thing I would give Usher is that he does sing live, even when he's doing all of that acrobatic, crazy choreography. His vocals are live. Classic choreography, like it's second nature. His Vegas residency reminded fans of the catalog he commands, from bedroom ballads to club bangers, all performed with precision and polish. Great. His microphone technique and dance stamina are Hall of Fame worthy. I agree with that. Okay, okay, I can keep Usher at number. Well, Tina Turner should have been higher. Anyway, rolling in at number 6 is, oh, we got a legend, a real one, James Brown. Yes, James Brown should be top 5 as well, but we'll take number 6. The Godfather of Soul was the original live beast. His cape routine, on stage breakdowns, and relentless dance move paved the way for generations. Nobody worked harder on stage, and nobody sweat. Nobody sweated more than James. James Brown's sense of timing and discipline influenced artists from Prince to Michael Jackson to Bruno Mars. His sets were tight, intense, and infectious. Every grunt, spin, and yell was timed to perfection. He made entertainment feel like warfare in the best possible way. Coming in at number 5, Breezy. Yeah, I ain't never going to dispute Chris Brown being in the top 5, because if you see that man's concerts, let me be very, very clear. Breezy is one of the best to ever do it. And in spite of everything, he has prevailed. He has prevailed. This is the true testament of talent. Y'all could deny this man all y'all want. This man is the gift. This man is the truth. This man gives you a 2+ hour concert, and you can say whatever you want. Yes, as the first line says in his caption, a polarizing figure. Yes, but Chris Brown's live performance chops are undeniable. Can't deny it. Coming in at number 4. Oh, yes. If you look up vocal athlete in the dictionary and this woman is not there, just cancel the whole subscription, because this woman literally was a vocal athlete. Like, if there was an Olympics for singing, she would be gold all day, every day. Whitney didn't need dancers and pyrotechnics. Her voice was the main event. Facts. Whether belting the national anthem or performing I Will Always Love You with chilling control, she turned arenas into sanctuaries. Her live renditions elevated already perfect songs. Yep, nothing like a Whitney Houston gospel fired out dance number. Even stripped down performances, just Whitney and a microphone could bring audience to tears. Yes, this woman was one of the best to ever do it. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Oh, of course, man. We gonna spend a moment here. We're gonna spend a moment here. Janet Jackson. Still doing it. Still beautiful. Just untouchable. She is the blueprint for all your little pop whores. She is the blueprint. Janet has always fused intense choreography with socially conscious themes and sultry visuals. From Rhythm Nation to Velvet Rope, her corresponding tours were tightly choreographed and deeply personal. Her legacy lives on the stage in the stage presence of virtually every pop and R&B star that followed. Facts. She made vulnerability look powerful and control look graceful, with impeccable timing and a catalog full of dance floor anthems and heartache ballads. Janet's concerts were as cinematic as they were athletic, and often very spicy. Yes. Coming in at number 2, the king. The fact that I'm saying Michael Jackson's at number 2, we know this is a trash list. The man popped up out the toaster here and stood there for 3+ minutes. Did nothing but stood there. And you mean to tell me number two? Number two. I'm offended. Who curated this list? They should be fired immediately. Michael Jackson is the blueprint, as Little Richard would say. I'm the originator, the emancipator. I am the king. This man is the king. He did it before social media. He did it with some pyrotechnics and no jumbotrons. He knows no LED screens at a Michael Jackson stadium show. You were literally looking at a dot, fainting over a dot. There was maybe a screen and a screen here, but nothing like you got today, where literally the artist feels like they're like right in your face. So I'm a little bemiffed, and annoyed. And the number one, blah blah blah, of all time, according to Revolt, is Beyonce. Again, as I've had several, and I even got blocked. We talked about that at a lunchtime rant. Great performer, amazing visuals. I give her all of that. But she ain't number one. I'm sorry, I can't co-sign. This is some bull. Number one. I could have pulled her off at a number 5. You know, she obviously a lot of work goes into the tour, a lot of stuff, right? A lot of elements. I get it. It's larger than life. It's an experience. I get it. But MJ did it when it was more difficult. MJ did it when you had to sell pure albums. Why not just put Taylor Swift up here? I'm annoyed. Michael Jackson's number one in my book. Ain't no way. Yeah.
AJ,
huh?
Do you think that the reason why people like Beyonce and some of the other people on that list are now catapulted above certain legends is because the journalists now are younger and because of the whole viral clickbait thing? Like, I bet you Revolt is getting trashed for this list, but because they're in the headlines, it worked.
Right. Yeah, for all the wrong reasons. I want to be in the
Correct.
headlines for the right reasons because I did the right list with the right people, not Tina Turner at number 13. Do you realize without Tina Turner, there's no Beyonce?
And that's the thing. A lot of the people above Tina owes their show, their choreography, their whole aura to Tina Turner, to Janet, to Michael, to James Brown. Like,
Facts.
this is it. Again, these new media outlets, they're slowly trying to erase Michael Jackson's memory, and it just sucks. But as long as you, me, and Ink is still alive, he always gonna be number one. So
Facts.
you know, let us just keep fighting the good fight.
Exactly. Why are you on my show?
You brought me on the show.
Oh, get out. And now it's time for an AJ throwback. Hey. Aw, look at that little big-eared kid. Was this 8th grade graduation? I think it was 8th grade graduation. Yeah, I want to say it's 8th grade graduation. Yeah. He had acne, he had big ears, he was taunted and teased for them big ears, but they turned out to be great. Let me shut up. Also, no, I don't want to share that. Block inked. Oh, we gotta block everybody. Just block the whole damn chat. Stop people from commenting. Disrespect this beautiful young kid here. Anyway, ugh. Took years to reconcile and share pictures like this, but there he is. There's young AJ, always the rebel. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking in this moment. Let me give you I know Prince said that. Really? First of all, my ears and your hairline are not in the same conversation. You couldn't pull this picture up every time and burst into laughter. You could never, like, every time that picture was brought up, we uncontrollable. It's the best ab workout ever. Matter of fact, we're gonna bring it up the next. Well, we don't have a show this week, but we're gonna bring it up for the next show. I might even crash real time with Prince Blue and just post it just to do it. Anyway, I appreciate it. Look at that little big-eared boy just living his life and figuring things out and going through all the stuff that we go through. And thank God I grew into them ears, and we're all the blessed for it. I remember one time I was sitting there. We would spend summers in the Bronx. Wait, why you took it away? We would spend summers in the Bronx, and one time in the project. So we like all the ghetto kids, and so we're sitting there. Me and my cousins, my sister, we're all sitting there in the park, and then these girls were doing like these cheers, like da, 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 da. And then it was like, oh my God, he looks like a Ewok. I look like an Ewok. I don't know, damn Ewok. I don't even know what an Ewok looks like. Do we know what an Ewok? I don't know what it looks like. But I was called everything: Dumbo, big-eared, spaceships, satellite dishes, everything. Everything. Anyway, that's my throwback. Now, here we go. Man, leave me alone.
Don't just leave me alone.
Okay, babe, I just need my sunglasses.
No, what you need is a treadmill.
Don't fucking talk to me like that, my nigga. Are you good? I got people praying for me for real, so don't test that.
You need more of those.
You have no idea who Romeo is.
You ain't Juliet, my friend.
Yeah, the fuck I am. Don't talk to me like
You
that.
look like Julio.
My dad's name is Julio. Don't fucking talk to me like
See,
that.
I called it.
Okay, what the fuck is wrong with you, my nigga? Like, I'm a professional organizer. I organize closets and offices for high-value Jewish people.
Huh? So a maid.
Excuse me? I ain't no fucking maid, my nigga.
Where is the egg? We've been traveling forever.
If I had to see it, you had to see it.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Una mujer.
I gotta get the video, dude.
I don't know what happened.
All right. Ouch.
What is good with your
eyebrows though. God damn, Willy Wonka ass eyebrows. They fire though.
Not too much on the brows.
Whoa, not too much on the voice.
Oh, my fault, dog.
What the fuck? You a nigga?
Yes, bro.
You got a dick?
Yes, bro.
Oh shit, how big your dick is?
Probably like 10 inches.
Damn, you slanging, big bro. You got a bigger dick than me and you're gay. You kind of like look like SZA.
Really?
What? Hell no. You look like nigga. Fuck is you talking about, weave-headed ass? The fuck you really thought with your ugly ass?
Yo, bro, pull up your pants.
Yo, what's good with you, my nigga?
Damn.
Chill.
Not messing around. Wow.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Wow.
Hey, we're number one. What?
There ain't nothing like setting up a kiddie pool in the middle of a busy street in Newark, New Jersey, and having a good old icy. Must be nice. You lucky you ain't meet no disgruntled people that day who would have just, they didn't care. They would have just did the damn thing. Anyway, let's land at our inspiration point.
Hey man, look, I bought my partner some flowers. Let me tell y'all why. For one, I love him dearly.
He's a good dude.
He's a great dude. And the second reason I bought him flowers, I can remember I was going through a rough time. Smoking drugs, snorting drugs, all that. One day, Johnny hit me up. He said, hey man, what you got going on? And I texted him back, and I was serious. I said, man, none slipping back into my old way. Because I'll be clean for a minute, high for a minute, clean for a minute. And he texted me back and said, nah, bro, you too good for that. But I kept on doing what I was doing, but when I got well, that conversation always played back to me. So when I seen him lose his mama and I see him post about his mama and the hurt that he have all the time, it does something to me, but there's nothing I can do. I can't relate, I still got my mama. But when I see her, it just made me hug her a little tighter. So I just wanted to give a king his flowers while he can still smell them and just let him know that I love him from the bottom of my heart. So what I did, I booked the appointment, not for the haircut. It's just maybe so you can take yourself out to eat or something like that, man. Just take the load off for it. And I wanted you to know that I'm proud of you, the way that you continue to push and persevere through it all, the way that you're a big brother, the way that you raise your children, and that you're just a stand-up guy. And man, I love you, bro, and I'm not ashamed to say that, and I want you to know that, man. I already know it, bro. I already know it. But it's all love. I just see you. Okay. Yeah, I just see you that just people say you take yourself out to eat or something like that. Yeah, much love to you. I'm proud of you, man.
Well, that's a great way to cap Men's Mental Health Month. It's okay to support your brethren when they're grieving, when things happen. You know, people step up for people in moments you don't realize. You just pay it forward and move on with your life. But you don't realize how those small acts of kindness can impact somebody, and that they'll reach back and say, oh, I just saw that he lost his mother. He helped me out in my darkest hour. Let me go help him. Small gestures. Be mindful of that, people, the small gestures, and don't do it with the conviction of the person owes you something. They don't owe you anything. You just do it because you felt compelled, you felt led, you felt called to do it. It is what it is. All right, cool. Now it's time for some shout outs. Shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for always holding me down. Shout out to my producer, quality control, Prince, for holding it down tonight. Thank you so much to the Rant fam. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting. Make sure you like, make sure you like, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Most importantly, share. Did I mention share? Make sure you share. Make sure you share. We produce a very good quality product, and the only real way this is going to grow is through word of mouth. So make sure you share AJ's Rant Room with everybody. Thank you so much. And not just your little bubbles. Now, to some of you, this might be just another podcast, but to me, this is my next chapter and purpose. And I thank you for lending me some of your time. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you chose to give me a few moments of your day. And for that, I'm grateful. And with that said, I'm out.